Buhari a 21-gun salute in his honor. Meanwhile, the Federal Executive Council meeting scheduled for today has been postponed to honor the late president. This was announced by Presidential Advisor Bayo Onanuga, citing the funeral holding today. President Tinubu had earlier declared 7 days of national mourning and today a public holiday as Nigerians mourn Buhari, describing him as a humble leader dedicated to national service. Also, the National Assembly has suspended all legislative activities to honor former President Muhammadu Buhari, who died on Sunday in London at the age of 82. Plenary session and related activities were suspended until July 22nd. Lawmakers were encouraged to attend Buhari's burial rite. The Assembly extended condolences to President Bola Tinubu, Buhari's family, Katsina, and all Nigerians. Similarly, the Kwara State government has postponed the Basic Education Certificate examination to Thursday, July 17th. According to a statement by Press Secretary in the Ministry of Education and Human Capital Development, Peter Amogbonjaye, the postponement followed the public holiday declared for former President Buhari's burial. In the meantime, former head of state retired General Absalami Abubakar has revealed that he and former President Buhari were admitted to the same hospital in London shortly before Buhari's death. In an interview, Abubakar said he had only just been discharged when he was informed of Buhari's passing on. And the former chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Akwa Gambo, has described the late President Muhammadu Buhari as a firm but fair leader. In a statement, Gambo said Buhari embodied discipline, integrity, and deep national commitment. He noted that Buhari stood tall as a soldier with courage, unwavering discipline, and incorruptible spirit, and as president he upheld the highest ideals of public service and sacrifice. Also, the state governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, has mourned former President Muhammadu Buhari, describing him as a great leader and patriot who served Nigeria with integrity and selflessness. Oyebanji, in a statement by his special advisor media, Mr. Yinka Oyebode, said Buhari's life was marked by sacrifice and dedication to national unity and development, praying Allah to grant him eternal rest. Still on the demise of the former president, the Speaker of the Ekiti State House of Assembly, Mr. Adeoye Aribasoye, has joined other prominent Nigerians in mourning the passing of former President Muhammadu Buhari, describing his death as a rude shock and a great loss to the nation. According to his special advisor on media, Babajide Agbeyo, Aribasoye recalled Buhari's historic electoral victory in 2015 as a moment that redefined Nigerian democratic trajectory, noting that Buhari made history as the first opposition candidate to defeat an incumbent president at the poll. He added that his emergence in 2015 not only broke political barriers, but only gave hope to many Nigerians that change was possible through the ballot. The Speaker commended Buhari's effort in governance during his two-term tenure. The Catholic Archbishop of Lagos, Most Reverend Alfred Martins, has called on government to urgently reform Nigeria's healthcare system, linking former President Buhari's death in London to failure in the sector. He recalled former First Lady Aisha Buhari's outcry over the poor state house clinic, calling it shameful. And a public affairs analyst, Mr. Bayo Idowu, has described late President Muhammadu Buhari as a disciplined man with exceptional leadership trait whose legacy cannot be forgotten quickly. Mr. Idowu, a legal practitioner, said this while featuring on AKTV's current affairs program Daybreak Nigeria. He recalled Buhari's entry into the military and rise to head of state, noting that he introduced the war against indiscipline while and showcased integrity by not supporting corruption. Commenting on Buhari's time as the head of state and later as president, Mr. Idowu said Buhari displays good qualities more during the military era due to existing degrees, while democracy involves bureaucracy where protocols must be followed before implementing policies. He added that despite Buhari's intellect, he could not perform effectively as president due to his failing health and appointees who disappointed him. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State. For news, information, or comment, you can join our live stream on our Facebook page at Ekiti State Radio. You can also like and share our page. The Ekiti government will participate in a strategic energy roundtable organized by the Rural Electrification Agency in Abuja tomorrow. The Commissioner for Infrastructure and Public Utility, Professor Mobolaji Aluko, said Governor Biodun Oyebanje will deliver a special address reaffirming commitment to rural electrification and renewable energy. The event will also feature an MOU signing and introduction of Ekiti Electricity Priority Plan to attract investment and expand clean power access across the state. The Ekiti government has called on qualified youth and residents to apply for the 2025 federal recruitment into civil defense, immigration, correctional, and fire services. The Commissioner for Information, Chief Taiwo Olatubosun, who made the call, said the portal opened on the 14th of this month and will remain accessible for 3 weeks via recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng. He said applicant must be Nigerian by birth, age 18 to 35, with minimum height of 1.65 meters for males and 1.60 meters for females, and possess at least 4 to 5 SSC credit, including English and mathematics, saying higher qualifications such as NCE, OND, HND, and BSc are accepted. The Information Commissioner said applicants must be medically and physically fit with no criminal record and can only apply to one agency to avoid disqualification. Chief Olatubosun described it as a golden opportunity for Ekiti youth to build careers in national service. Opposition parties in Lagos have called for the cancellation of Saturday's local government election, describing them as undemocratic and fraudulent. Parties including Labour Party, Young Progressive Party, African Action Congress, Action People's Congress, and Accord Party alleged the polls were marred by irregularities and disenfranchised many opposition candidates. The Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission will present certificate of return to newly elected chairmen and councillors by tomorrow. LASEC Chairman Justice Bola Okikiolu Igele said the event was moved from today due to the public holiday declared for former President Buhari's burial. He said that the presentation will hold at LASEC headquarters. The former APC National Chairman John Oyegun has received his membership card of the African Democratic Congress in Edo State. The card was presented to him by the state chairman Kennedy Odion at the party secretariat in Benin. Odion described Oyegun as an experienced coalition builder, saying he has done it before and can do it again to redeem the nation from economic challenges. The Independent National Electoral Commission says 295,856 permanent voter cards remain uncollected in Ondo State. Resident Electoral Commission Mrs. Oluwatoyin Babalola revealed this in Akure while speaking on preparation for the upcoming continuous voter registration. She noted that out of 2,053,061 registered voters, 1,757,205 have collected their PVCs. Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa assigned portfolios to 16 newly inaugurated commissioners. His Chief Press Secretary Prince Ebenezer Adeniyan made an announcement in Akure. The commissioners were sworn in at the International Center for Culture, an event in Akure. An Osun State High Court sitting in Osogbo has sentenced 6 people to 2 years in prison for conspiracy and unlawful possession of firearms during the 2023 general election. Justice Michael Awe found Yunusa Ramon, Moshood Amsat, Awotunde Gbenga, Adebayo Mutiu, Femi Taiwo, and Najim Omotutu guilty. Benue State Emergency Management Agency says 177 victims of the June 13th Yewata attack in Guma local government are still hospitalized. Executive Secretary James Lopo described the attack as massive carnage and decried incessant attacks on rural communities. To end the nation at 8 here again at the main point. We told you that the remains of former President Muhammadu Buhari have been laid to rest at his residence in Daura, Katsina State. It was in the bulletin that the Catholic Archbishop of Lagos, Most Reverend Alfred Martins has called on government to urgently reform Nigeria's healthcare system, linking former President Buhari's death to London to failure in the sector. You also heard that the state government has called on qualified youth and residents to apply for the 2025 federal recruitment into civil defense, immigration, correctional, and fire service. Lastly, on the Nation at 8, we told you that an Osun State High Court sitting in Osogbo has sentenced 6 people to 2 years in prison for conspiracy and unlawful possession of firearms during the 2023 general election. And before we go tonight, we leave you with this message: let's stop unfair practices and make life easier for everyone. That's the Nation at 8, as put together by the production team and edited by Kelechi David. I am Abimbola Adegboyega. Good evening.
To Ekiti FM 91.5. Don't touch the dash.
You're welcome back from the newsroom. We have just brought you the last